is another part that people ask me this question all the time, especially after they kind of get to know me, and they're
Mhm.
like, well, why are you so hidden, or why are you such a quote secret? There's a few reasons
Mhm.
for that, but I'm gonna touch on the first reason, which is my choice. So in and around season, I had a fabulous season 1, season 2
Okay.
party. 800 plus people showed up. Everybody you can think of. I'm talking like Entertainment Tonight was there, and so it was this big to do.
Mhm.
Thousand, I'm sorry, hundreds of people literally sitting in a room for the preview of both season 1 and 2. And after those parties, and after the show kind of started progressing, people really were like, hey, wait a minute, this girl from Canada is doing this show that people, for whatever reason, in the beginning they viewed it as a negative um, portrayal of Black women. So because of the fight scenes, because of the negative parts of the show that were, of course, the producers and the network started to see what worked and what people were interested in. And it's like anything else, they kind of went for some of the negative things. And
Right.
did I agree with that? No. But
Mhm.
was I sitting in the room cutting it up? No. But people really came after me personally because they didn't understand how it all worked. So
Right.
they would attack me personally. I opened a small office, actually a big office. It was like a sort of a production studio to do some other things that we wanted to work on, and some casting and so on. And I started getting hate mail. I'm talking death threats. There was a lot of stuff that I said, oh, wait a minute now. I'm just a
Right.
little girl from Canada. And that's not part of what I signed up for. So I stopped doing media, and I wanted to pull away from people knowing who I was. Um, at the time, it was a decision I made, and it kind of just kept going. It was like years and years later, and listen, if you don't write your own story, people will start to write it for you. And I've said that before, and I'll
Right.
continue to say it because I literally got erased at one point, to the point where people who cared enough said, "Why don't you start telling your story?" I mean, it's a prove. I mean, nobody's ever asked me, "Hey, prove this," because people know. People in the industry are like, "We're not going to look you up. Like, this is who you really are." People know that. However, people who don't know the story just see a girl popping up saying, "Hey, I'm the founder of Housewives," and it becomes a tricky thing for them because they've invested in their story. They've invested in their
Right.
version of what happened. And so, yeah, I had stopped really putting myself out there for a while because of the death threats, the negativity, the people coming after me. Every time a season would start, I would start, and this before social media, I would start getting letters or floods of people saying, you're disgusting, you're a disgrace to Black women, you're not even from
Right.
here. These women are from Duluth. This is not Georgia. Girl,
Right.
before everybody and their mama started to invest in the show, I became the target. So, it was difficult. And here we are 13 years later, and it's like now I'm trying to say, oh yeah, because I've erased myself, that didn't benefit me. So I wish I'd done it different, but I did. I got a lot of death threats.